Welcome to the Astronaut Arcade Podcast, where your space hosts, Cowboy and Sapphire, share the latest information on anything video game related. Today we'll be getting to know our one and only newest host, Miss Sapphire Sniper. So, without further ado, let's begin the countdown to launch. All right, we are back for another episode of the Astronaut Arcade Podcast. Miss Sapphire, how are you today?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I am just peachy, other than the fact that my damn motorcycle decided, hey, I know you're trying to sell me, fucker, so I'm not going to start. So, yeah, that's my day.
Sounds about right.
Yep. He's like, nuh-uh, I'm going nowhere. So, yeah. Other than that, what you been up to?
Well, just kind of relaxing after the fiasco this last week, so.
Yeah, sound like you had so much fun.
Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, that's what the kids call it, right? Having fun, you know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what you young people call things anymore.
Young people, we are not that far apart in age. Don't even play.
Oh my God, it's what you all say, but if we went by how old we felt, I would be ancient. So
I
that
wouldn't be
being
far
said,
behind.
yeah, whatever. You youngins, you
Motherfucker.
youngins these days, y'all don't know nothing. And back in my day, we had to walk
Oh,
barefooted
jeez.
in the snow, up hills both ways just to get to school. Usually about 3 or 4 miles. And we got chased by dogs, them damn coyotes. We had to get up early at 5 o'clock in the morning and feed the horses and tend to the cattle. But, you know, y'all get up in the morning and your parents made you pancakes and you got to watch MTV. We ain't the same. We ain't the same.
Jeez.
So
Oh, man.
we are here to talk about you. So I know you're not looking forward to it, but the listeners want to know, who is this new person that just showed up one week and is here now? And I know her. I've known her for a while, but not all of y'all know her. Some of y'all know her, but not all of you know her. But you're gonna learn today, goddammit. You're gonna learn today. So, first question. How old were you when you played your first video game? And what was
Oh,
that
jeez.
game?
Oh, jeez. I don't even remember the age, nor do I remember the title of the game, but I do know it was on a Nintendo 64. So, geez, I was probably really young. I was probably like maybe, I want to say like 5 years old, somewhere around there, 5, 6 years old. And it was a racing game. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called, though.
Viewers, listeners, people that are in our audience, if you actually can guess this game, um, and jog her memory, you will get brownie points. And by brownie points, I mean you will be given a new role that I haven't decided what we're going to call. But by the end of the episode, I'll tell you what the role is going to be called. But yeah, we'll give you a new role just for guessing what the name of the game that Sapphire can't remember is, because this is going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to her. She's a lot of fun, but she can never remember what shit's called ever.
No,
So
I have a
we're
horrible
gonna make a new
memory.
role just for her. So you were young and you played a racing game on the Nintendo 64. Everyone, there's your clues. Get to work. We live in the day where Facebook stalking and internet snooping is prominent. So, you know, do your thing. Weirdly enough, the majority of our listeners are between 17 and 25. So, perfect generation to do this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow we have a 4-year-old listening to this podcast. I don't know who it is, but it's
Bro, that's
interesting.
crazy.
It's
That's
really, really
crazy.
interesting. You should not be listening to our podcast. I
Well,
don't know who you are.
I figured out the name, but people still have to guess, so I ain't gonna say it. I
Okay,
figured
she
out what
figured
it
out the
is.
name, but now y'all have to guess.
Yeah, now that you set that up, it has to be that way.
Yep, it's already too late. The deed is done. But yeah, to that 4-year-old, please stop listening. Thank you, but please stop. I don't know how you found this podcast
It's
at
an
all.
explicit.
It's not child appropriate.
No.
But weirdly enough, my internet guy, his son listens to this podcast.
What?
And
That's
he's like
crazy.
13. Yeah.
Oh no.
His dad listens too. Um so
Well,
yeah.
I guess if it has
Interestingly
parental
enough.
approval.
Yeah. I mean that's cool, but a 4-year-old, that's a different story.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, that's yeah. That's too young, y'all.
oh, so yeah, don't do that. With that being said, well, I can't really say that. My 3-year-old daughter listens to the podcast while I'm listening to the podcast, but I'm there, so you know. But
Yeah, but
again,
she lives with you. It's different.
exactly.
She has to deal with you all the time.
Yeah, but I'm awesome to deal with. I mean, I am just great to be around.
I don't know where you get this.
Myself mostly, but you know, hey, positivity
Mm.
is key.
Whatever gets you through the day, buddy.
Well, exactly. Like I I tried to stay in that positive affirmation area because if I get out of it, then who knows what's going to happen? And I don't want to find out.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did.
I mean, could you imagine a negative cowboy? I mean, you've seen me negative, but the listeners
Yeah.
haven't ever really seen me as a negative person. Um,
Yeah.
Other than talking about Call of Duty,
Oh, jeez.
because I'm pretty negative about that. But but like no one here, not a lot of people that listen and that I hang out with have really seen the negative side of me. So it's pretty funny. Uh, because you could call bullshit on it, but to everybody else, that's just who I am.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it.
So, okay. So, what got you into gaming?
Oh, I would have to say it was my brother and my cousin because I grew up watching them play games. So it was just kind of one of those things. I grew up watching them play, so I started playing games myself.
It's just one of those things.
Oh, jeez.
What? Um, ADHD kicked in for a second.
Noted.
And I know the words are, it's just one of those days, but I don't care.
It fit.
If it rhymes, it works. So, you were young, your brother, your cousin, they got you into gaming. I think we all had something like that where we got into gaming from our siblings or a family member because, we're young. That's who influences us the most. Um, I think that's awesome. The more family is involved, especially with gaming, a family that games together, honestly, those are like the best families. Uh, like Beef
Yes.
and his son playing Fortnite. Um,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I guess it
I love to
depends.
see it. I can't wait for my daughter to get into games because I know with my semi-competitive nature, and your kids are supposed to be a worse version of you.
Oh
So,
Lord. Lord
you
help
know,
us all.
my child might be the world's first supervillain. Who knows? She
Jeez.
is the sweetest damn child ever to walk this earth, but I swear to God, she needs an exorcism. I mean, it's so crazy. Like, I love her to death. She's so great. She's so cute. She just turned 3. I'm so happy for her. She's becoming more talkative, more social. She's a really independent child. She likes to be left alone a lot. Um, which is fine, I guess. It makes daddy sad sometimes, because he just wants to play with his baby. And she's like, nah, daddy, fuck you. And yeah, she has told me that before too. And that really made me sad. But
I really don't doubt that.
no, so she got that from her mom. Like, she came home one day and we were standing outside and I was saying, hey, come on. And she goes, nah, fuck you. And I'm like, the fuck? And yeah. So we got to work on that. But most of the
Yeah,
time it's yes,
definitely.
sir, and please and thank you. But she got those demonic moments. Like we were walking out of HEB. For those you don't know, it's a store in Texas. I don't know if it's left Texas yet or not, but I'm pretty sure it's just in Texas. Um, but we were getting groceries and we walked out, and I'm like, okay, baby, come on. And I had my hand out, like, because we're about to cross the driveway, and like, give me your hand. She goes, and I'm like, big eyed. I'm like, please don't do that again. I'm gonna be calling all the tias in the area, the pastor, the holy church. I'm calling everyone. I'm calling Scooby Doo. We're gonna figure out what's going on here because my child is possessed.
Yeah,
What's really
children know what to
weird, yeah. What's really weird is when she's in her room and I can hear her talking to somebody, and she'll just be having a full on conversation, and then she'll just start laughing, and I'm like, "Who are you talking to, baby?" And she'll just point, and I'm like, no, no, gonna go get some sage.
do.
Um, we gonna hang some crosses in your room. Uh,
Dude, I used to
so
have so many imaginary friends when I was little, so just pray that it's an imaginary friend.
mhm. I mean, she is my child, so demonic possession's a lot more realistic, but we're hoping for imaginary friend.
We have established you're haunted, so
Yeah. For the listeners that don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm haunted. Um, so we just have shit like my daughter was gone. I don't know if I told you. I think I told you. I think we were playing and my daughter was gone for a few days to her mom's, and one of the toys in her room just kept going off.
oh,
And I'm like, nope. This toy, mind you, does not have batteries in the toy. But if you push the
Yeah.
button, it'll still go off. No idea
Oh,
how. It's a it's a marvel. I don't know if it has like a secondary battery in it somewhere. I don't know. It might.
it
But
it has to have some sort of power source somewhere inside.
it's one of those talking animals that you have to push the paw for it to go off. It won't just go off. You have to push the paw. And yeah, every now and then it just goes off. And yeah. And then there was another time I'm just sitting in my bed watching TV and I had a Bucky's cup on my table that was just sitting there on my desk. And I look up and it's just spinning in a circle on my desk. Like just spinning. I'm like, yeah, see, I'm like, Casper, can you just chill for today? You know, I got a headache. I want to watch my show. Um, you know, you can stay here, but you might have to pay rent. Bills are getting a little high. Um, stop turning on my lights and shit. So yeah. So there is a possibility of haunting and demonic possession in my household. we'll keep you we'll keep you tuned in. See how it goes. But back to you. Tell us, who are you?
Oh, fuck.
The deep questions.
Ah, jeez. I mean, I don't really know what to say about myself. I really don't do much. I'm a housewife. I think of where I already said about how long I was married and with my husband last time, but we're gonna be married 5 years and together 6. Um, we're slowly getting, our crap together to move to Wyoming, which is more than likely gonna happen this summer. Um, really into science, mostly like animals and botany. Uh, I'm big on crocheting, which you should know this because you asked me what I'm doing, and like half the time I'm crocheting.
Yes. But you're not telling me, you're telling them.
I know. So,
So?
oh, good lord.
Our entire friendship is that SpongeBob mocking meme. That's literally it. That's our entire friendship.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm into a lot of random different things. Like I have a lot of just hobbies. I really don't know what else to say about myself, to be fair.
Okay, well, that works. Um, I can tell you a little bit about her. She's a pain in my ass. Um, she makes me cry because she's so
Oh
mean to me.
my.
Like, we'll just be sitting there and I'll be talking, and she'll tell me I got a big head and I'm stupid and, all that stuff. And it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. So, you
Gotta
know,
come up with stuff I have actually never said.
and, sometimes I do question our friendship because it is really abusive, but, it's a great friendship. you know, she, she's asked out of the friendship a couple times, but I told her there was no refund policy. She has spoken to the manager. Um, the manager did inform her of the fine print of the contract, and yeah,
You've asked more times to get out of the friendship than I have.
yep. Because you're more abusive than I am. Hop, see,
That's fair.
see. So, we spend a lot of time playing games together, like yesterday we played Power World for a while. Um, got to work on building our new base, finishing our new base. Um, which let me tell you, Power World, I am very upset that you took away the ability to blow up your own base with a rocket launcher. That was mean. I was so excited for that. I had taken everything out of the base. I'm like, yeah, rocket time. And nothing. I was
Yeah.
very, very disappointed. Um, I had to go tear it down manually. Was not as fun. But
Yeah.
other than those things, we've played Raft, which we have to get back into Raft. We never really made it past that one night, and I paid $25 for that damn game. So we need to
Yeah.
actually play it.
Wonder why Xbox has it like $5 more than Steam does. Weird.
No idea. They change back and forth on who's got the discount. So
Well, mine wasn't discounted. The base price is $20.
speaking
So
of games that we have played, have you played that Cinemas game yet?
no, I haven't.
Okay, well you need to.
I
Um,
know.
we need to work on your OBS stuff and your Steel series to get you set up for that, so we can get the stream going
True.
and we can all watch her struggle together because it's a puzzle game.
Yeah, I would definitely struggle. I'm not the greatest at puzzle games, to be entirely honest.
But we will be touching base on that game. I am just waiting on her to play it. I've already finished it. Um, it was well. I'm not gonna give any information on it, but we'll talk about it whenever she gets her shit together and starts doing something with her life. And yeah, so you started playing games as a kid, played with your brother, your cousin. What was your favorite game growing up?
Believe it was it this one? Tony Hawk's Underground 2, I believe. It was on like the
Ooh,
original
good
Xbox.
choice.
Yeah, I played that game a lot.
Good choice. Good choice. Okay. Okay. I don't mind this friendship as much right now. It's not as bad.
Mm,
Tony Hawk was a great series. I loved the Tony Hawk games. Pro Skater was fantastic.
yeah, it
Um,
was fun.
but see, you're. This is how I can honestly say that I'm old because I was born before the PlayStation and the Xbox. You were just born before the Xbox. So that's how old I am. I mean, the Nintendo 64 was the new console.
Yeah,
So,
PlayStation got a couple years on me.
hmm
Jeez.
so I remember, my first games, GoldenEye, um, Pokemon Coliseum. I loved that game. Oh my god. Ooh, yeah, that's something we got to talk about later too. So okay, Pokemon Coliseum, Smash Bros, obviously,
Oh yeah.
Mario, always Mario. Um, but yeah, the differences that we had in gaming, because like I mean, you played Nintendo 64, so you got to see some of those older games. I had
Yeah.
the old black and white Game Boy when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Um, before they had save files, because the first games that came out didn't save. If
Right.
you died, you started over, and it was awful.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
you were playing for a few hours, and your grandparents yell at you, "Get off the game! Go mow the lawn!" You're like 5 years old, and you got to mow a quarter and a half of acres. So you didn't turn it off, and you just prayed to all the gods that the batteries didn't die. And you went and mowed the damn yard, and you came back and played the game. And that was life back then, you know. That was the 90s. Great times. So, and then we got save files with Pokemon. And Pokemon, oh, I loved Pokemon games. I had every Pokemon game up until Emerald, and then I stopped playing Pokemon. Did you ever play Pokemon?
No, not growing up. I've played it a couple times, like as an adult, but not really.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. If anyone is interested in hosting, we're looking for a new host.
Hey, it
Uh,
is not my fault. All right.
our newest host just got fired for not playing Pokemon growing up. That is a requirement to be on this podcast, is to have played Pokemon as a child. I don't make the rules. I mean, I kind of do, but you know. Oh my god, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
So, and that's so wild. Like, me and you were talking about Disney Dreamlight Valley and Atlantis and stuff like that, right? And I
Uh-huh.
was on Facebook yesterday, and there was this fake fan made trailer for Atlantis, live action Atlantis. And it looked really real. It was AI generated, but it looked really real. And
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow. But I was also like, please don't let this be Atlantis, because if it is, I'm going to hate it. And my friend was like, what's Atlantis? And I keep forgetting I hang out with young people. Like,
Uh-huh.
she's 24. And I was like, I can't talk to you anymore. Like, I don't think we can be friends. Like, what's Atlantis? Like,
Jeez, it's not like it's not widely available. Like, if you have Disney Plus, it's there, but I guess if you don't know it, you're not gonna watch it, but Lord have
yeah.
mercy.
Yeah, I was utterly disappointed. So I feel I feel like every time I hear a young person say something like that, and it's sad because Atlantis isn't that old. When did it come out? Like 2001, 2002? When did Atlantis come out? A quick Google search. When did Atlantis
2001?
come
Yeah.
out? Yeah, 2001. Damn, I'm good. So, yes, I get it. The movie came out when my friend was born, but that's not the point. Okay. It's still a great movie. Everyone should see it. It is fantastic. Atlantis and Treasure Planet. Two movies that have to be watched by everyone in the world so that we can get a damn live action that's worth it. That would be one that I would say, you know, put do Treasure Planet, put Tom Holland in there because he would be perfect for Treasure Planet. And you could have, who else would be great? I'm trying to think of who would be good in that. We're gonna cast this real quick. So we definitely would have Tom Holland as Jim, of course. But other than that, I really don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know who would play Ben, so I give up. We'll come back to that. We thought we were going to cast this, but like always, I am not prepared. I have nothing written down. I'm just rambling and hope y'all continue to listen because
You're never prepared for anything, I swear.
Well, when I get prepared, everything goes off the rails anyways. So it's better to not be prepared, let things go off the rail and work from there. And yeah. So back to you again. We're gonna keep circling back here. You said your favorite game was Tony Hawk Underground.
Yeah.
What was that your most played game, or do you have another game you played more throughout the years? What's the most game or the game you've played the most throughout the years?
Ah, jeez.
Oh, that's her catchphrase, everybody, just so you know.
Yeah, I do say that a lot. I mean, when I was younger, I did play Jet Set Radio probably just as much as Tony Hawk's Underground. But
Oh, I do not know that one.
yeah, I know. I think we've already talked about how you don't know that one. That one's been completely taken out of circulation. They took it off of Steam, I think, at the end of 2024, which I was really disappointed in because I couldn't buy it before it got taken down. But when I got older, like I think the most I've played is maybe Fallout 4. I've played that game like crazy amount along with Skyrim. I would say
Speaking of
those are the two.
Skyrim, and you know what I'm about to say. Pow World. Come
Oh,
on.
jeez.
You thought we wouldn't notice. Now, I have always given Pow World the benefit of the doubt of copying things. I've always stood at the defense of Pow World, but the lock picking, Pow World, the lock picking, really? The lock picking. That is all I'm gonna say. Because,
Oh, jeez.
wow. But other than that, I mean, I've never heard of that one. And I guess obviously I can't play it. It's kind of like the first game I talked about on here, Radiata Stories. Such a great game, so underrated in the American market, and you know, you can't find it anywhere either unless you use an emulator, which we don't recommend using an emulator like PSX2 to play video games for free. We don't recommend that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you might be able to find it for like, because it's an old Sega game and they had it to where you could play it on the original Xbox. So might be a way to still play it, but it's not going to be like through actually buying it off of anything anymore.
Yeah. So we've had some new games that we've played, for us at least, new games like Raft, Disney Dreamlight Valley, which we talked about last week. Um, we have some more that we plan on playing, like Repo, um, which is only $10, so I'm definitely getting Repo.
Yeah.
Because that looks like so much fun. And then Grounded. We played Grounded a little bit.
Yeah, barely.
Barely. I mean, you played it. I mostly stood there.
Yeah.
But we always end up coming back to Power World. What is it that you like about Power World?
I don't know. I'm just really into games like that where you can go and collect stuff and build things. And I mean, that one's just a little bit more, got the aspect of the guns and such, and you can go collect as many freaking pals as you want, to be honest. I
Okay,
don't see
okay.
there's anything in particular that's really a big deal for me because I can get addicted to anything like that. Like I've gotten addicted to Stardew before, and Fallout's
We all
really
have.
big for me because of that. So
Stardew, if y'all remember, listeners, Stardew is the game that was introduced by Andromeda, and I believe it was Andromeda Ranger, one of the two. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, I've never heard of this game, so I downloaded it on the Xbox, and I forgot I was in the middle of a podcast because I started playing the game, and I got so wrapped into the game that I forgot I was doing this. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But then I beat it in like a few days and just lost so much interest. I haven't touched it since then. But you know what I've had the urge lately to get back into, but I really, really, really don't want to?
what?
Minecraft.
Yeah, they've done a lot of stuff in that recently. I swear
The
every time I go back,
problem,
there's something new.
right? And the problem with me and Minecraft, I have an addictive personality. We all know this. Um, and Minecraft is one of those games that I get hyper fixated on.
Oh
So
yeah,
if I start playing Minecraft, I don't sleep, I don't eat, I don't do my homework. I get fixated on building things.
yeah.
So much so that I built a 2 scale model of the Roman Colosseum. And
Yeah. I haven't
that
built
was a
anything that elaborate.
shit ton of work. And it took a long time. And it was a lot of just playing Minecraft. Like I would sleep less than I normally do, which is 4 hours a day. And yeah, it was bad. So I kind of swore off Minecraft for that reason because I get so addicted. I mean, I built the skyscraper version of SpongeBob, and Patrick and Squidward, um, Oogie Boogie, Jack Skellington, um, Zero. Um, I built a lot of stuff. I built a house on top of a giant waterfall that was about 200 blocks square. It was ridiculous.
Sounds like it.
I've done some dumb things. Um, I used to have fun with Minecraft. Like we would play and we would do like events on Minecraft. We'd have like building competitions where I'd give um everybody would have the same materials and you had an hour to build the best house you could, and with those materials. And we had some fun doing that, and it just kind of died off. And I got into, well, let me get as creative as I can be, and then I kind of lost it. Like, I went way overboard. So yeah, no Minecraft for me. But it's been calling me. I'm like Moana, but instead of hearing the ocean, I hear Minecraft.
Oh, jeez.
And, you know, the demigod that's meant to guide me is Steve. So, but yeah, what game were you the most addicted to? That you were just like, nah, I can't play this anymore.
Man, I don't think there's any game that I've been like, nah, I can't play this anymore, because I get like addicted to certain games for a period of time, and then I just lose interest for like 3 months, and then I'm back to that game again. That's what's happened with Fallout a lot. I can say though, I think it was Borderlands 2. I was highly addicted to that. I was like staying up crazy amount of hours and getting like maybe like 5 hours of sleep, and then just playing the rest of the time until I beat it. That was fun though. I love Borderlands.
Okay.
But I've done that with Assassin's Creed, the Ezio trilogy too. I've played
Yeah.
that crazy amount of times too.
Back when Assassin's Creed was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Assassin's Creed up until Black Flag. Black Flag just kind of ruined Assassin's Creed for me. I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, it really did. I hate
And
Black Flag with a passion.
a lot of people say Origins was good, but I didn't like Origins. I did not mind Odyssey. It was all right. It was a nice new take on Assassin's Creed, but it wasn't really Assassin's Creed. Um, so that part was interesting. I never got to play Valhalla. I should. It's free right now on Game Pass. If you
Right.
like Assassin's Creed, get it. It's free. But I just never got back into it because it kind of lost the feeling of Assassin's Creed to me.
Yeah,
Um,
I like Syndicate. It's okay, but it's definitely not how it used to be.
Speaking of Assassin's Creed Shadow is out now. And like we talked about way back then when we first talked about games that were coming out, of course, it is filled with controversy. And annoyingly so, it is exactly what I said it was going to be back then. And it is exactly stupid as I said it was going to be back then. People, it is a game. Period.
Yeah.
It's a game. If you get your ass butt hurt over a game, then don't play it. That's literally it. You're not gonna change nothing by throwing a temper tantrum and saying, "Oh, this is this and this is that." Boo hoo! It's a game. So
Yeah.
what? Really? I mean, so what? Yeah, they have a African American samurai in the game. So what? He was a real person. It's not cultural
Well,
appropriation. It's not any bullshit. He was a real person.
I wouldn't say he
Now,
was African American. He was African because he was definitely not
yeah, that's
American.
true. He's not American. And Americans didn't exist back then, but he was African, an African samurai. Hey, that's oh yeah, Afro Samurai. That was a good show. Um,
Yeah.
ADHD, I tell you. But yeah, I mean, like he was a real person. Stop getting butthurt about it. It's not culture appropriation. It's not bullshit. It's nothing stupid. He was a real person. Yes, it's exaggerated. It's a fucking game.
Yeah,
Yes,
they got to
shit happens in the
exaggerate it.
game. Shit happens in the game that you don't like. Don't play the fucking game. Give it a bad
Yeah,
review.
there's been
Stop
like
crying.
rumors about how Japan is like thinking about banning it and stuff. Crazy.
Japan, y'all have done so much worse. Have you seen some of the animes y'all put out? Thank you.
Not just that, isn't the Yakuza from Japan, if I'm
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, well,
We're not gonna piss off the Yakuza though. I don't need anybody showing up at my house.
no, but the whole point is like the games that are based off of that and everything, and they want to get
Oh yeah, the
they want to get
Yakuza
offended
games.
over. Yeah, they want to get offended over Assassin's Creed. It's hilarious.
Oh god. Yeah. It's stupid, dude. It's a game. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't buy it. Yeah, you're allowed to have your opinion, but don't go labeling a fucking game because your butt hurt. If you're not good, say you're not good. If you can't beat the game, don't throw a fit about it. I'm playing the world's smallest violin for you right now. It's about as loud as the progress on my field of fucks. They're not growing. So, that being said, shut the fuck up. It's a game. Um, it might suck. Who knows? I haven't played it yet.
Nor
It
have
might be
I.
great. Who knows? I haven't played it yet. From the reviews I've read, a lot of people say it's good. Another group of people say it's not good. I don't know if the not good people are just the crybabies or if they're actually saying the game's not good. I will make
Right.
my own opinion and I will let y'all know my opinion because, well, our opinion. But I will let y'all know because I do not base my reviews of games off of anything else but my experience playing those games. I'm not going to give y'all a bunch of BS about propaganda and all this. I'm going to play the game and tell you what I honestly think about the game. All BS, politics, religion, everything aside. All of that's being left out. And that's how it should be. That's how all reviews of games should be. There should be no bullshit. There should be no propaganda. There should be no politics, religion. None of that should be involved. It should just be an honest opinion
Right.
of
Like
actual evidence.
the biggest problem that is like with journalists who do like game reviews and stuff is they don't actually spend the time to play the game long enough to give people an actual good view on the game is what I've found.
Yeah, and I noticed that like a lot of these game review play sites like Gamer8, IGN, you have a game come out and it's been out for a few hours and you're seeing all these reviews and all that.
Right.
And yeah, a lot of these guys they get betas and stuff like that that they get to do and that's cool. But you know, then they start talking about the game as a whole or uh, other opinions on it. There's a lot of sites that I like because they speak on the game itself, the quality of the game itself. They don't compare it. They just put out an honest review. But those for some reason are dying. People love the controversy
Yeah.
and I don't give a shit if controversy gives me likes and follows and listens. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care.
Right.
I'm not going to give y'all controversy. other than my controversy with Sapphire because we fight all the time. But like, I'm one of those people, I just don't give a shit. You know, I want to have fun, and that's what games are supposed to be. They are supposed to be
Yeah.
about us having fun. If and back in the day, you didn't like a game, you didn't play it. We didn't go on the internet and sit there and trash talk every living thing like everybody does now. There was no cancel culture. You know, to me, that's the most annoying shit in the world. Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
cancel you. Okay, have fun. I don't care. Like, I have no. I honestly, people like the show. People listen. We enjoy doing this for those people. If you don't like it, don't listen. Um, Thank you for stopping in. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna bullshit like a lot of these people do. I'm not here for that because I gotta go home with myself. I have to like myself at the end of the day. You're not in my bed. You're not in my house. You're not feeding me. You're not dealing with my mental health. I can't come on this show to please you. I have to come on this show and have fun and enjoy myself and enjoy talking to Sapphire and enjoy doing this. And if that gets listeners, then great. If I'm just talking to one person, I'm still good. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
just talking to myself, I'm still good. And I can live with that.
There's really no point when it comes to life if you're just doing it to please others. You end up pretty miserable.
Exactly. So that's what you're going to get here. So have fun, enjoy the show. But back to the actual what we're here to do after that rant, because I always rant. It's usually about Call of Duty, but somehow people have earned it about Assassin's Creed. So, rant being over, we're gonna take a quick intermission, and we're gonna come back, and we are gonna get into the nitty gritty of who Sapphire is. Like, who is she? Is she an alien from outer space? Is she a voice modulator and it's just me on the other side pretending to be her? Who knows? We are going to find out after this break. Welcome back, listeners. And as I said before, we decided to take our break and refill our water bottles and do whatever we needed to do. Um, I said we were going to get to the nitty gritty of who Sapphire Sniper is. And I know there's a rumor going around that Sapphire is just me using a voice modulator and on a second account on my phone and just pretending to be another person. But we're going to dissuade that rumor. Now, is Sapphire an alien? That I don't know. I can't tell you, but we'll let her tell you.
You know, I can say this. If someone's an alien, they're not going to admit it, just to be fair. But
But
I think I'm too stupid to be one, to be honest.
but it's a rule. If you're an alien, you have to tell me.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not, so.
Okay. Well, we're gonna hold on to the alien theory for a little while. We haven't quite proved that she's not. She might be, she might not be. I have not seen a birth certificate, so we don't know yet. uh so what are some of the, in your opinion, give me your top 10 games of all time.
Jeez. Fucking
Gotta do it. Gotta do
never
it.
even gave me a chance to come up with this list beforehand.
Nope. We don't prepare here.
Uh, uh, yeah, apparently not.
I didn't even know I was gonna ask the question until the words came out of my mouth, so
Well, it's not going to be any in any particular order. Um, I know I've talked about it already, like Fallout 4 and Skyrim, and then I have Stardew Valley. Let's see, the Ezio trilogy for Assassin's Creed. Um, I have this really short game that I really liked a lot. It was called Botany Manor. I've told you about it already. Um, We Happy Few. I really liked that game. Still got to finish the DLCs for that one. Um, Honestly, so far I've liked Raft, but we haven't really played a whole lot of that yet, so that one's still like to be seen. Trying to look at my games and see. I really like the Borderlands franchise. That's one that I really enjoy. Um, I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland as soon as it came, like not as soon as it came out, basically, and just played through that nonstop. So, um, and then BioShock series is really good.
mhm.
I have no idea what number I'm at. I haven't been counting.
I haven't either, but we're gonna assume you're at
Yeah,
10.
yeah, I like quite a few games.
So Skyrim. We've talked about Skyrim a few times. Skyrim is such a great game. It's been remastered and then remastered again, and it'll probably be remastered again at some point because it's
Probably.
Skyrim. It is one of those games that's on most people's top 10 list. It was just that damn good.
It
So,
is a pretty good game.
what was your favorite part of Skyrim? Like, what did you enjoy about Skyrim?
I think the thing I like about Skyrim the most is you could play it in so many different ways. Like different races, and then you could pick different paths. You can go completely off the storyline or go just do a bunch of random things and then ignore the storyline. Um, the Dragonborn DLC is pretty cool too. That one was one of my favorites. Honestly, though, I don't know if I have the vampire storyline on that one though. But I would say just the multiple ways you can play it. Everyone's experience is going to be different.
Okay, okay. I loved robbing people, but to each their own. Um, so what made you decide? And I know I joked about I didn't give you a choice in the matter, but what made you decide, hey, you know what? I am going to go and do this podcast with Cowboy because you know what? Fuck it.
Well, I did get quite a bit of persuading from you and my husband. So you both thought I'd be, I guess, pretty good at it. That's still to be seen, but that's pretty much it. I just got persuading from you and the husband.
And you're like,
Well, not
y'all both make okay cases, so I guess I'll do
yeah,
it.
pretty much.
Well, one of the fun things about being on a podcast, and one of the things I love about this the most, is that it's not any different. Like, when we're making this episode, like right now, it's just you and me talking. We're just here, we're talking. Um,
Right.
we're making points about things that we generally talk about. I mean, it's not much different. We talk about games that are coming out. We talk about Power World. We talk about other different things. It's not really different. We're just recording it and putting it on the air for people to listen to.
Yeah.
Um,
Just
occasionally we address people and talk to guests and stuff, but
that's the part that I'm gonna have to get used to because, like, we all know the last episode, I was barely able to talk and social anxiety at its finest.
yeah, we have a podcast host that doesn't like to talk to people, so we got to work on that. But
Yep.
you know, I talk to her all the time, so I know her personality, and I know that once she gets comfortable on here, like y'all heard the first few episodes of me, Ranger, and Andromeda. I mean, it was rough. Um we were slow to it. We said and like and there's dead air, and it was a lot of downtime of us trying to figure out what we were doing. So that comes with every new, host, and that comes with every podcast when it first starts out. There's a lot of ups and downs to it. So, you know, that's normal. I would say you're doing fine, to be honest. I mean, when I did my first episode, like I was so nervous. I sounded so robotic. Like I could not stop talking. Um, I just kept going, and Andromeda would have to like cut me off to ask me a question because I just couldn't stop. I was just too nervous. Like it was wild. And yeah, but I mean it's fun doing this, especially when we get feedback from the community, watching the community grow. Um, it's a lot of fun. So
We got a little bit of feedback on the last one, not a whole lot, but
da, 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 da. Sorry, I got a text message in the middle of the show when people know, hey, don't bother me between this time and this time. Don't text me.
well, we did start a little late today.
We
So
did. It's usually between 3 and 5. I tell people don't bother me, and it is 5:04. So, but hey, to each his own. So, we've gone over who you are, and of course, they'll get to know you as we go, and you open up and you start being your normal, violently aggressive, and egotistical and shit talking
oh,
self.
I'm egotistical. Okay.
What the hell is an egotistical?
I said egotistical.
No, you did not. It's recorded.
Yeah.
You were caught in
We'll see.
4K.
Hey, I stumble over words sometimes, so
Uh, She's talking about eagle testicles.
you
We're gonna have to take her off air. Cancel
yeah,
culture, get
yeah,
her.
yeah.
PETA, PETA.
Dude, I wouldn't trust PETA, dude. Man.
Uh, I saw a shirt one day that said, "Stop hunting animals and hunt PETA members instead."
Oh, good.
And that was the funniest thing I ever read. And yeah, it was awesome. So I got sidetracked again and I don't remember where we were. um, but yeah, y'all get to know her and she's a lot of fun. Feel free to hit her up in the chat to make her talk. Um,
Make
just
me
make
talk.
her talk. Don't give her a way out. Just ping her like 40 times a day. She's never busy. So yeah, just ping her 40 times a day. Ask her questions. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of things coming up. We have a episode that we are going to talk about Senua's Sacrifice. I am excited to talk about this game. Thank you to Danger Powers from DPS Podcast for recommending it. Also, if you haven't seen the announcements in our Discord because you're not in there for some reason, I don't know why. I was just on an episode of the DPS podcast. Um, it was a lot of fun. Those guys are awesome. Definitely go hit them up, check them out. They're great guys. It was a lot of fun. We got sidetracked a lot because I was there, and
Oh,
we all
they get
have
sidetracked anyways, dude.
we all have that personality, and I'm just one that I like to not follow topics at all. I don't even think we had topics we were going to go over, and I think we barely talked about those topics at all.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. I got sidetracked a lot. So, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we announced that I am going to be DMing one of their D&D campaigns coming up. Which is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Do I have anything planned? Nope. Am I going to wing 90% of the campaign? Yep. Is it going to be a lot of fun? Maybe. Is it going to be a shit show? Absolutely. But we're going to have a great time. So, that being said, let's get to our news and updates for what we got coming up. Power World. Now finally 1 year and 2 months later has cross-platform. Finally, we can play with Steam players, and Steam players can play with Xbox players, and they can all be on the same servers. And we also have PAL transfers.
Yeah.
There is now a global PAL box system set up where if you want to create a new world or you want to jump to a new server, but you don't want to lose all your pals, you still have to start over at level 1, but you get to take all your pals with you. Did your pals start over at level 1 too, or did they transfer
No, the PAL levels transfer and everything. It's just the fact of
the 2
that,
level
like,
cap?
yes,
Yeah.
say if you like how I brought the kitsune over, that you have to capture them again to be able to unlock the technology for like the saddle.
Oh yeah. So that was one of the complaints that she had, that we noticed that with the PAL transfer, um transferring the PALs does not unlock the PALs for the technology. So say you brought over your Jetragon and your Frostallion and all those PALs, all your riding and flying PALs, um it does not count towards catching that PAL. So in order to unlock the saddle for you to be able to get it from the technology thing, the technology tree, you have to go out and catch that pal a second time to get that unlocked. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your transfers. They might fix that later on. No idea. Not my problem. Um, 1 second. Sorry. Blah blah blah. Mike. 1 2 1 2. Cut right here. So yeah. What I would say is you can still do it. I don't recommend not doing it. You still get to keep your pals. You don't have to feel like you're starting over and losing all your hard work. Um, but just keep that in mind. You still have to catch them again. It doesn't matter. Um, it doesn't really count. So yeah, cool. I'm glad they did that. That's great. It made it fun because we transferred to a server yesterday, and did our stuff and made our bases. So yeah, um, this next one I will let Sapphire talk about because she knows a little more about it than I do. It is Tales of the Shire, and it's coming out in July. Tell us a little bit
Right.
about this game.
Well, so far with the little we have about it, it looks like it's going to be like another like cozy type game. Maybe kind of like Stardew in a way. It's of course a Lord of the Rings game. You're gonna be a hobbit and you live in the Shire. I mean, you're gonna be able to decorate your house and do things like go fishing and sell items and everything like that. And I believe it might be, no, it's going to be single player though. So that's going to be interesting. But it's just, one of those cozy games again that you get to decorate your own house and get to make food and fish and interact with hobbits in the Shire.
See, that's a missed opportunity. I mean, a game like that would be a perfect multiplayer, have a
Oh, yeah.
multiplayer part of the game where you start off with a blank shire and you and your friends all get together and build all the houses, all the land, all the um plantations and stuff and sell to each
Right.
other and um I think that would be a great way to do it. Um I did watch the trailer for this game. I think for being a game coming out in 2025, the graphics could be better.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I agree on that
but
one.
but it is a nostalgic, cozy Lord of the Rings kind of simulation game. So I am looking forward to it. It could be a lot of fun. It was supposed to be out now, but it got pushed back from what I saw. Um, so they're still working some stuff out, I guess.
Yeah, they don't
Uh,
even have like how big it's supposed to be listed or anything like that. So,
yeah, so looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna play it because I love Lord of the Rings. I'm sure I have quite a few friends that are also gonna be playing it. Um, so looking forward to July. Now
oh,
the
the
other
publishers that
game,
did Kerbal Space Program.
huh?
I said it's the same publishers that did Kerbal Space Program.
The hell is that?
What is with you not knowing games I talk about? They also published The Outer Worlds.
Yep, don't know what that is
Uh,
either.
my goodness.
Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I pretend to know about games on my gaming podcast.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, we're they publish things that I have no idea what they are, but she does, so that's good. See, we complete each other. See, that's why you have to have more than one host because you know I haven't played everything that she's played, and she hasn't played everything I've played. So we kind of balanced that out. And that was the same with Ranger and Andromeda. Our taste balanced out in a way that, you know, opened us up to more listeners, because I can reach listeners that like the things I like, but for the ones that don't, I don't have any information for you. So the other game that's coming out this year that Sapphire's looking forward to is Subnautica 2.
Yeah. That is something that's long awaited. Ever since the first Subnautica came out, everyone wanted them to make a multiplayer version, and that's exactly what they're doing. Uh, it's going to be, I don't know if they talk about where it's going to be. Probably going to be on a different planet than the last one. Um, and they've got new ecosystems and new creatures to show us. And I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun to do Subnautica in multiplayer. And it comes from, I believe, yeah, it comes from the same people that have done like the Callisto protocol or even PUBG Battlegrounds, at least the publishers. Unknown World Entertainment's after developers. They mostly have only done the Subnautica games. They have a few other ones like Moonbreaker, which honestly I've never heard of. So it's underwater horror game where you're on an alien planet, and I I'm really excited to see what they do with the multiplayer factor of it.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see how it comes out, everybody. Um, I mean, that's pretty much it. We just wanted to take the time to actually introduce y'all to Sniper or Sapphire Sniper or that crazy cat lady. Whatever y'all feel like calling her.
I have two
So,
cats, thank you.
so, but she does have cats and she is crazy, so it works. Um, Questions for the show. I know I had these saved. Okay, we did that. Um, I kind of didn't do the whole of that question last week because there was a lot to it. Um, let's see. Okay, well, those are ridiculously long, and yeah. So no, we're not gonna have a question of the week this week because I don't have the time to read that right now, and I was not prepared. So, yay,
That's fine.
cowboy! Woo! Yeah, good job. You're doing great. Um, our astronaut of the week is going to be dun da 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 Danger Powers. Dude is awesome. He is in our chats every day saying good morning, talking, trying to keep things going. And we appreciate that so much. And like I said, they had me on their show this week. It was so much fun. Absolutely enjoyed it. Our streamer of the week is someone who has been absolutely stuck on Sea of Thieves. And y'all know him. Y'all loved him. He was our temporary host for a while, Mr. Native Raider. We will post a link to his Twitch in the description of this episode. And yeah, shout out to him, man. He was great to have around here. I need to get out and go hang out with them guys some more. I haven't been around that much. And that's kind of on me. So other than that, you can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. No, you can't find us on Instagram because Instagram fucking deleted it.
Yep.
Fucking Instagram. I don't know why. I still have no idea. So, but you can find me and her separately on Instagram, I guess. You can find us on TikTok. There's nothing there. There are no followers, but we're there. Don't know what we're doing with it yet. We will figure that out eventually. We made it like several months ago and never did anything with it. You can find our merch, and you could also subscribe to us and give donations. Donations and all that would go to giveaways, game shows, events that we're going to do. Eventually, the plan is, and I've talked about this before with Ranger, and my plan is, as this show grows and we start getting in more listeners, we start growing with our subscribers and members of the community and stuff, I want to pay everyone back by eventually doing a live on Twitch computer build where I will build one of our lucky listeners their very own PC, package it, ship it out, all on my dime. And yeah, so that'll be nowhere near today. Like I said, we have to grow. We have to build that reputation, and I have to not be broke. But it is in the plans. I have started working on the build itself, what I plan to do, how to get the most performance out of it without, costing me several thousands of dollars. So yeah, we are working on that. And that's something I do plan on doing in the future. So yeah, share with your friends, tell your kids, but hide your wife.
Oh my goodness.
And other than that, that's really all I have to talk about. Oh, Dizzy Gaming is no more. We are now the Outlaw Arcade. Don't know what it is about arcade and me being involved, but something about it, we just stick with the arcade thing. So, yeah. You can find the Outlaw Arcade stuff. We will have it back up and running soon on our fourth wall. Same with Astronaut Arcade. You can find our information, our subscriptions, donations, all that will be on our fourth wall as well. Link is posted in the announcements channel. I will be making a channel for that eventually, where we'll be posting new items and stuff as me and Sapphire work on those, and we'll go from there. So, with that being said, any last words, Sapphire?
You know, everyone just have a good time and continue gaming.
Well said. And with that being said, thank you for listening to the Astronaut Arcade podcast, where we take one small step for man and one giant leap for gamer kind. And as always, Pluto is a planet.